Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 yo, go, go, go. Hustle hard, hustle every single day. I'll be making moves till I'm buried in my grave. To the system, I don't wanna be a slave. I've been doing shit my way, or the highway. And in the driveway is a nice range. Cause I grind through the climb, I invite pain. You'll never hear me, bitch, nah, I don't complain. Just gotta flip the switch and you can go and obtain anything you want, anything you need. Your mind's got the key ingredient, it's belief. They're deceived with the negativity, but I just slide right by that energy. Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope.
What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Crypto Nightcap, and I have one of my favorite guys in the space on tonight. I am super excited. But with that being said, you guys need to tune in every day, Monday through Thursday, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, because we are giving you some of the most important market news as well as technical analysis that sets you up for tomorrow. So let's get it started. I'm gonna bring my man up, Alex O Crypto. How you doing, my guy?
Good, man. Good. I mean, that intro music is popping, man. I just want to
It slaps. It slaps, baby.
Nightcap, man. Thanks so much for having me on, brother. I
Yeah.
appreciate you.
Absolutely, man. And so if you guys are looking for that song, you go down to the description. That is Nefx. So he has a lot of free music on YouTube, especially for you content creators that are watching us. You can use that royalty free. So there you go. There's a little alpha for you. Let's get into the chat, though. Let's say what's up. Mr. J's in here first. He's popping out some caps in an airplane. Dave P, how you doing? Trade Intuition. Joe, I hope your volume is up today so you're not crushing our stream with the mute. Alex O Crypto. Throw some otters in the chat. We would really appreciate that. Eric Wallen, FD White, my man. He's my regular here. So if you guys don't know, FD White usually does this show with me, but he is traveling. He's actually coming back to the States. So we're super excited to get him back. And once he gets all set up and ready to go, he's going to be my tag team partner from here on out. Let's see who else we got. LBC in the house. Go ahead and throw some Wave Gang logos, emojis in there. He's actually going to be a regular on Piper Academy in the mornings now. So he's going to be like the pre-show to the morning show. And I'll bring that up for you guys to see later on. The Dusty Hunt. Yo, how you doing? Alexander G, the best mod in the house. My SoCal lady. Love you long time. Thank you for coming. Blackie Chan. Who else we got? Dave Roy. Hi. How you doing? In and Out Crypto. My dude. I'm going to be rocking some swag for you. I got my shirts already laid out for Nashville, so looking forward in real life meeting you, Rocco. Super excited for that. And then we got Kaliche Owacha. I hope I pronounced that one right. Can I get some clout tokens, please? I ain't got none. Sorry about you. All right, what else we got here? Who? Luke Zaldania. Yo, what's up? Let's go. Otter Gang. He's representing.
Gang.
There you go. So what's up, man? How you doing?
It's been a wild day. It's been a day where literally I've gone live twice today. And it's been there's nothing that has been appealing to me about this market today. It has been chop, it has been liquidation hunts, it has been ETH ETFs, it has been a non bueno. Okay, it's just something that sometimes you got to take a back seat and be like, okay, I probably saved some money by not jumping in today. It was one of those.
Yeah, so I mean, there's a couple things. We'll look at it when we get to the technicals that I was kind of nervous about. I talked about that yesterday. One of them, we'll get to that in one of our future segments coming up here. But the other was that Market Prophecy was looking for a little dumpsy there. It was predicting a little bit of a pullback. And then I didn't like where the RSI and the prime oscillator was trending. It was kind of going down and right. It wasn't showing me strength with that retest. A lot of times you like to see RSI or the prime oscillator kind of working up and right in conjunction with a retest. And I said, yesterday, I was like, that's kind of a no-no zone for me. I don't like to get in a trade, one of my personal rules for short-term kind of scalping, intraday type stuff. So couple more people just popped in the chat. French Toaster want to say what's up to you. Hola fam, how you doing? And then Heartbass, you go into karate combat while you're at the conference. So I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking about it. So I'm gonna have my little guy with me the first night. And so I asked him if he wants to go. He's gonna shoot me a text probably this evening and let me know. But that maybe, hard maybe, we'll say. So all right, cool. But let's get into some news. We got to keep this quick, right? 30-minute show here. So let's see what we got up first. And I actually got a little bit of a video for you. There you go. Let's go ahead and bring this up. Let me know if you guys hear this in the chat. I got to unmute this and boom.
The reason for the call today, John, is something just came across my desk, John. It is perhaps the best thing I've seen in the last 6 months. If you have 60 seconds, I'd like to share the idea. The reason for the call today, John, is something just came across.
So the ETF is official. Alex, did you actually get into the ETF, or are you one of the smart people that realizes you can actually stake Ethereum? So why get an ETF?
Yeah, I mean, I have a big bucket of ETH. I'm kind of like, I wouldn't say an ETH maxi, but I got like over 40 ETH. So we'll leave it at that. Like, I am pretty heavily invested in ETH. I think long term it's going to do good. However, I am one who stakes his ETH. So you gotta stake it and eat it too. You know what I mean? So it's why wouldn't you want to earn yield, right? And I think, you know, this is good for people who want to have maybe a portfolio of 70-30 or something for Bitcoin, Ethereum. You know, one of those people who want the safe protection of a bank or whatever, an institution, a centralized exchange. But for me right now, it's just adoption. It's a good move towards adoption, right? Which will open the gates to a lot of other things as well. So it's bonus long term, in my opinion.
Yeah, absolutely, man. 100% agree. It looks like you're getting a little bit of static on your side there. I don't know if it is a cord, maybe that's what LBC is suggesting. But I'm gonna go ahead and keep grinding with some news. I'll let you kind of tweak your microphone there. But what I got up here is Trump actually squashed the report of Jamie Dimon or Larry Fink being his Treasury Secretary. We kind of talked about that a little bit. I know Jamie Dimon was definitely hitting the headlines quite a bit, but he said, nope, he doesn't even know where that came from. So not going to cover too much more on that, but just know that not going to be a thing. So this one I found very interesting because I talked about it a little bit yesterday and I said, hey, what do we know about Kamala's stance on crypto? And I was like, nothing. And then, you know, Piper followed it up a little bit and he was like, hey, there's a website dedicated to actually showing you where some of these elected officials actually stand in their stance on crypto. And she has never mentioned it. Well, now there is some rumors going around that she might actually speak at Bitcoin 2024, which I think is highly, highly interesting because guess who else is going to be there? The Don, right? So we could have both the Republican and the Democratic, you know, nominees down there talking about cryptocurrencies. And I mean, it doesn't get more bullish than that both sides of the house are now potentially supporting cryptocurrencies. I mean, man, that's big news if it really does. And I'm going to be interested because I mean, I want to see both of them and what they have to say. So Bitcoin 2024 might slap this year. I'm super excited to be going down there. What are you thinking, man?
Yeah, hopefully they have a debate. That would be even better, right? Like, just bring it on, you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. Sounds like you're still getting some static, man. I don't know what's going on with the microphone today, but could be me. Not really sure here. But let's go ahead and we'll get into our next little segment. This is Piper's favorite. All right. So there's your little FUD alert for the night. Mt. Gox is seeing $3.2 billion worth of Bitcoin in outflows in just 2 hours. So if you guys are wondering like, hey, why do we have a little bit of a pullback today? Well, this could very well be a little bit of that reason. You know, it's not anything crazy, right? It didn't totally, like, we're not totally dumping the market. But when you're having outflows versus inflows, because that's really the name of the game, this is going to exchanges, right? It's going to Kraken. I think the other one was like Bitstamp or something. And then I think there's one more as well. That name is escaping me, but it's going to put pressure on the market because it's actually going through exchanges. It's not OTC. So keep that in mind. I would just say kind of monitor the situation, right? Because there's also been an inflow on the ETF side. So, you got things kind of balancing each other out. So you never know. I mean, it seems like there's a lot of willing buyers still when it really comes down to Bitcoin, right? As the price pulls back, institutional buyers as well as the retail market is now getting more bullish, I think, on Bitcoin because people are reaching out to me. They're starting to talk to me about it a little bit more. Hey, what do you think about this? What do you think about that? So I think that retail is starting to kind of move into the market. Everyday people, I'm like I said, I'm getting more and more text messages. What about you, man? Is anybody reaching out to you for some non-financial advice? Oh no, you're muted. Got you muted. And we're just having all kinds of audio issues today. All good, all good. I'll let you see if you can work that out. Just go ahead and say something to me in the background. I'm going to keep pushing through here. We're going to go into the market pulse. And the first thing we got up is going to be the total market cap, which is sitting at 2.39 trillion. That's actually down 1.82% over the last day. Total crypto market volume over the last 24 hours is 88 billion, which makes a 1.45% increase. That's a little bit lower than yesterday. I think it was up around 30% yesterday. Bitcoin's dominance is currently sitting at 54.28%, and that's a decrease of 0.37 over the day. Fear and greed index is at 63, starting to trend back towards neutral. And let's go ahead and look at some of the top 10 coins here. Bitcoin is down 2.66 over 24 hours. Ethereum is up 0.32%. So it's kind of bucking the trend, right, with that ETF news. BNB is down 1.71%. Solana is down 4.06%. And XRP is down 2.66%, getting under that old 60-cent mark. Dogecoin is down 6.38%. Toncoin down 1.77%. And Cardano is down 4.61%. Going over to the economic calendar, let's go ahead and look at that. And durable goods, that's coming month over month on the 25th. So on Thursday, GDP growth rate will be on Thursday as well. And then on Friday, you got core PCE, personal income, and personal spending month over month. And that's kind of what we got on the slate for this week. Moving over to the crypto bubbles. I know you guys love this little chart here. You got Ethereum name service at 12.5%. So that kind of makes sense given the Ethereum news. PayPay's up 4.3%, Maker's up 3.1%. I've been seeing Maker be positive here quite a bit recently. Cass is up 1.4%, Arbitron 2.8%, and ENA up 3.5%. Everything else is in the red. Big hitter is Celestia. It's getting waxed right now, 12.6%. It's down. Core is down 13.3%. So other than that, everything else seems to be relatively red for the day. Let's go ahead and check out the liquidation heat map on the 3-day here. You can see that there was a little bit of a pullback here and there was a hotspot, right? And it makes sense. You had this wick off of here. So what they were trying to do is they were going leverage long off this support area and they got wiped out. So that kind of sucks there. But again, I always say price likes to chase that liquidity, and it looks like it's cooling down a bit here in terms of liquidity. Let's go ahead and look at the weekly just real quick, see if we can get any more hotspots. So yeah, it's pretty dark up here. A lot of this liquidity has already been pulled or cleared out. And really I'd say the liquidity that's closest is kind of to the downside here. So we'll kind of keep that in mind as we're looking at the charts. And let's see if we got our man Alex O back. I'm looking at it. Probably not. Let me go. Oh, I can hear you. All right. Okay. Oh, you know what? I hear you through VDO right now, so it doesn't look like you're actually coming out through the give me 1 second, everybody. I'm gonna try to work this out so we can get Alex O back here. Let me see. Guest duo.
bucks. That's
Yeah.
Lunar Beach's
I think I
crypto.
got you. I think I got you.
Hopefully I'm here.
Yeah. Still.
I can start doing the sign language for them.
Yeah. It looks like you guys are gonna have to just deal with a little bit of static. Sorry about that. Not really sure how we're gonna
It's the
work that one
same
out.
thing.
Yeah, it's definitely the same thing, but it's still doable, man. It's not that bad.
Okay.
So just got one thing here. So going, let's see, we just did the market pulse. Let's get over to some TA. Let me see here. I'm gonna go ahead and pull up your charts here, and then let's see. Give me a second, guys, because we gotta load him up again. Get screen. Here we go. Working through it, working through it. Let's see if it pops up here. No worries. So what I'm gonna do, doesn't look like it's actually loading up. Go ahead and reshare your screen for me.
Absolutely. Good to go. There you go. There we
Oh, I
Oh,
saw it. I saw it for a second. Let's see. Do that one more time. There it
there
is.
we go. We're
Working through.
live. Yeah.
That's it. We're
Problem
working through it.
solving, man, on the fly, man.
Let's do it.
You can see what I did there on the fly.
I got you.
You're
I got you.
you're great, man. You're great. So just are we gonna take a look at Bitcoin here, or what are we thinking?
Yeah, whatever you want, man. The world is your playground,
so just
bro.
like it's my playground. Oh, great! I love this. So if we're stacking confluences, I know this is chart prime central, but for me right now it's at 62,800. It's going to be my key area. So that's where my target is for this kind of drop. I'm looking at 62,800 as my first drop. Coming in with confluence, we have a dynamic reactor coming in here. We have a whole bunch of things that I'm paying attention to. The daily dynamic reactor has not let me down. Okay, so this thing called the bottom over here. We also have it coming on up over here. So I think, from what I know in history, whenever there's a Bitcoin conference, there's a dump. So we could be looking for that. And also just reminding everybody, I brought this to the attention. East BTC looking strong, looking like it wants to break out. But if we're going on history yet again, I have my two funny charts. My welcome to Bitcoin grandma IBIT chart, where Larry Fink rugged my grandma, and I was very upset. But then we bull flagged and we eventually broke out, right? So grandma had to dollar cost average into Bitcoin, and then we go over to our Ethereum ETF, which did launch today as well. And you can see that, Larry Fink is up to his same old things, rugging grandma. So we got to be very cautious here and remind grandma that when getting into the ETF, and she sells off all her huge chunky gold bars and she goes to allocate 30% to Ethereum, she needs to dollar cost average. Okay, so let's be aware that we might get a little bit of a rug before we get that V-shaped recovery that we did get on. The only kind of real evidence that we have is what we got when we got the Bitcoin one, right? So we look for this ETH ETF to be great long term. We look for inflows to start coming, but we're definitely prepared for a little bit of drawdown. So if we're looking at Ethereum, I'm looking at around 32.58. That's going to be my very big bounce level if Bitcoin does roll over and Ethereum follows suit. So I'll be looking here. And if we look just and zoom out, and I know you're a big fan of zooming out here, TradeFly, and I respect you for that, is that you can see that $2,800 Ethereum is pretty much the lowest you're gonna get, right? If we're just going ever since March, we have been in this and we are looking for this massive breakout eventually, but we need to be patient. We know that greed has gone from 23 all the way back up to 70 now, so it's like, okay, we're not up only. We need to be, in my opinion, be very cautious with getting too greedy on this push up and be patient enough for a little bit of a retest. So if you have missed out on those dips on those alts, we can look to get into them and take advantage of this price action. And that's kind of where I'm at right now.
Right on, right on. Let me go ahead and pull up what I got here. Get rid of this and let's get over to the charts here. All right, so looking at Bitcoin on the 4 hour, I'm not gonna get too crazy. We talked a lot about it yesterday. The area that I was really looking at is this point of control, as well as this area of what was resistance at one point, and then it was kind of holding up as support. But I kind of told you guys there was two things that was worrying me yesterday, and one, the prophecy was saying market dumps. A little dumpsy do was in the forecast there. That was according to the chart prime, the algorithm. But the other thing that I was concerned about was the prime oscillator was still kind of trending down and right. All right. So you can see the arrows that I kind of pulled up for you, or not pulled up for you. I actually drew these out yesterday, right? So one of the things I was looking at, I was like, hey, at the high side, the 2021 high is where I think you'll probably find some resistance. But the other thing that I was looking at here was this area. And I was like, hey, we could find support here, but keep an eye to see if we actually come down here and get a retest of this area and flip it from support into resistance. And that could be an opportunity for a quick scalp or an intraday type trade. And now coming down here, looking at the prime oscillator, it's actually having an opportunity to reset. So that is interesting. I mean, you can see that there probably was going to be a little bit of support here just based on where we had a rejection as well as a little pit stop there and coming back left on the chart. But, it's really hard for me right now to actually come up with something. I think if we get this retest and then you see the prime oscillator come up, but actually, let me go ahead and get rid of this real quick because I just wanted to show you what I was talking about yesterday. If you get that retest and then you see the prime oscillator come up and do something like this, that may not be good. All right. So if that's kind of what you see right here in this area, you could see it pull back a little bit. And again, I still have a target area down here. So you see this line, you can see this area of support right here that I have labeled at about 63, 348. Well, now you're starting to get a little confluence, right? You got moving averages starting to work their way up. All right. You got all of the 200, the 100. You have the dynamic reactor right here. So as price starts to move down, if it moves down, what you'll see with the dynamic reactor is it start to level out a little bit. All right. As it levels out, now you could have confluence, right? And then you could potentially see an area where we could have a little bounce. All right. So that's where I would probably be looking for a little bit of a quick scalp or intraday type trade. So I'm just going to give you some price targets there so you can mark it on your chart. The first one that I'm going to be looking at is going to be 63, we'll call it 400. Give you a nice little round number there. And then on the high side, now we have to watch this area where the resistance and the point of control is, right? And that's going to be, you're going to have a little range there, but that's about 66, 461. You would look for probably a little resistance. So there's two numbers for you guys to look for in your short term. Alex gave you a couple things for you guys to look at as well in the charts, but let's see. You guys got any, let me get into the chat here. You got any altcoins that you want us to take a quick look at? See here, kind of looking, scrolling through the chat here. Don't see too much in there. All good. Let me know. What I'm going to do is move it on over to the cap here and show a little love for some people that we are friends with. And one of them is going to be Billy Goat Tails. All right, they got that going here this evening at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. They're going to have Piano Matty B as well as Magic Internet Money on. Two of my favorite people in the space as well. They don't compare to my twinsy Alex O, but hey, they're nice runners up. But both of them are actually really good, very well respected in the space. So go check that out directly after this show. That'll be super dope. And then our main channel, or not our main channel, but our main show is the morning show, and that's going to be Piper Academy in the morning at 0930 Eastern Standard Time. So check that out. And let's see here. Let's see what we got in the chat here. We got CVX or DDT. All right, we'll take those two. I'm not as familiar with CVX, but I'll go ahead and jump on that. Alex, you want to bring up RDDT?
Yeah, of course.
All right, cool. We'll try to keep this pretty quick. So you guys are going to get this pretty much live on the spot here. So we'll be kind of working live. Let's see, going to trading view here. CVX. Let's check it out. CVX. I'm going to start on the daily. That's kind of where I like to start a lot of times when I'm seeing things for the first time. And let's see, prime score is not looking good. Prophecy is not looking great. Looks like the dynamic reactor is red, trending down and right. As I'm zooming out here, I see a series of lower highs, just looking at it from a zoomed out perspective here. Oops, there you go. And then really, I mean, the channel is kind of working down and right as well. So you're getting a series of lower lows. That's not a beautiful chart, to be honest with you. What you would like to see here, like if I was just looking at this on the daily, you want to see it break. Look, I mean, it had a hard rejection off the 200. So if you don't think that's not important, this is proving that it is. And now it's kind of flirting with a dynamic reactor. So there's an opportunity there that you could find a little support in that area. You also have the moving averages just underneath of the dynamic reactor. So there's some opportunity. Prime oscillator is trending up and right. What I would like to see personally is it get over top of this 200. All right, it escapes all the moving averages, gets on the top side of the 200. Then you maybe get a little bit of a cross there. The moving averages, the lower time frame moving averages actually crossing with that longer 200-day moving average. And then that'll probably give you a little bit of trajectory to start moving up and right. But if you're going to play that and you're looking at that, I mean, one, this is probably a really nice move, 34%. But that would be definitely, like if I was doing maybe a swing trade of sorts, that would be where I would look for resistance and probably get out. So mark that on your charts. I mean, Lunar Beaches crypto, I know you know how to TA, so I'm not, I'm preaching to the choir at that point, but yeah, keep that in mind. That trend right there, it's respected that for a very long time. That goes back, I mean, 2022 we're talking about. So there's a quick look at CVX. I'll pass it over to Alex O and let him hit up RDDT.
Reddit. Hopefully I'm not, maybe it's static, maybe turn my mic down, maybe I'm clipping a little bit too. I'm just wondering if that's
I don't know. You sounded great for a little while, especially when we started the show. So who knows, man?
Yeah, it's weird, man.
It's Trons, bro.
So looking at Reddit here, what I can see here is it's beautifully retesting previous highs, which I always like to look for. And as that happens, it is testing the 618 here, looking for a continuation. You do have a little bit of a gap above you here that you can look to fill right around $72. But yeah, up and to the right, it's a pretty nice chart in my opinion. So you can see it's definitely coming back, refilling your gaps, continuing up, holding key levels of support. So right now you can see that you do have this definite key level of support right around $65, I would say, and then looking for this to come and continue to make new highs. So if we go into our hourly, all I can see is a beautiful flag upwards. But for me, patience with anything like this, you really want to see this thing develop an uptrend as it has, and then continue to make higher lows. So what I would be looking for is if we are to lose down here, is for it to continue this kind of upwards trend this way for more of a macro push into these areas up here. What's the good sign is that we have made a higher high over here, suggesting a change in direction. So for me, I would be looking for this ideally, $66 area for a continuation and a bounce back up to most likely this 74 area, which is going to be your entry into higher prices, right? Which is quite a nice move. Like if you are going to eventually make that move for stock, it's 12%. And I would look for that continuation to the upside. Looking strong on the oscillators too. And for if we got it, we can do it. I mean, because I love chart prime as well. But you can see on this uptrend here on the daily, you're seriously just holding the zero line, which is so crucial in chart prime. To note that you're holding the zero line for continuation here. You look for your little twist of the ribbon and then your continuation upwards as well. So chart prime looking good here. You're also getting multiple counts of hidden bullish divergence, suggesting a push up as well. Okay, so on Reddit and hopefully a push up into these areas here. I heard you mention in the chat that they've got the reserves in Bitcoin and Ethereum. So clearly, if they're doing that, it's almost like buying MicroStrategy that is hedging with Bitcoin, right? It's a Bitcoin play. So that's a great idea. There's alternate ways. It's just like how Piper bought all those miner stocks, right? Like there's different ways to get exposure which is actually really cool, and it's something that you'll learn in Piper Academy, which is why I love you guys, because I always learn something.
Yeah, absolutely. Cool. Well, Alex, this is how we do it, man. 30 minutes. It's a quickie, and we got to push everyone over to Billy Goat Tales. So, with that being said, dude, thank you for coming on. It's always a pleasure. Hopefully, we can do this again sometime. And you know, love working with you, man. Really, really appreciate it.
Absolutely, man.
And
Absolutely. No, an honor and a privilege, man, to hang out with you guys and be friends with you guys. You know, you guys are family to me. Whenever called upon, I will do my best to always show up.
yeah,
Okay. So
dude,
thank you for having me
my
on,
man
bro.
dropped what he was doing. He was he's about to go to the range. He was like, for you, he's like, I got you, dog. So, and he showed up on a whim. So I really appreciate that. Hey, if you guys got anything that you enjoyed from the show today, go ahead, give us a like and subscribe. We truly appreciate that. And again, we're doing this every evening, Monday through Thursday, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. FD White should be back here in the next couple of days. I will be traveling to Nashville on Thursday, so keep that in mind. We probably won't do a show that day. I might stream at some point, maybe a quick live. But with that being said, I'm going to go ahead. We're going to get out of here, and I'm going to let that music drop. Let's get it.
Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 yeah, go. Hustle hard, hustle every single day. I'll be making moves till I'm buried in my grave. To the system, I don't wanna be a slave. I've been doing shit my way, or the highway. And in the driveway is a nice range. Cause I grind through the climb, I invite pain. You'll never hear me, bitch, nah, I don't complain. Just gotta flip the switch and you can go and obtain anything you want, anything you need. Your mind's got the key ingredient, it's belief. They'll deceive with the negativity, but I just slide right by that energy. Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can